David, if you could explain why was there a mattress in the tunnels and what is this stain? A lot of folks are wondering, is this stain feces?
No, it's not feces.
What is
Stain
it?
is blood. No, it's not feces.
What is
Stain
it?
is blood. No, it's not feces.
What is
Stain
it?
is blood.
The discovery of a secret tunnel eventually led to a massive brawl inside a 100-year-old synagogue in Brooklyn, New York. Known as 770, the synagogue serves one of the largest groups of Hasidic Jews in the world. Now, luckily, no injuries were reported from this brawl, believe it or not. But what the hell sparked it? What is behind the brawl in the first place? What got people so fired up? Well, it was all over the discovery of a tunnel and an attempt by authorities to fill it with cement. So you see a gentleman coming out of that tunnel. This isn't in the Middle East, guys. This is in Brooklyn, okay? This is in Brooklyn.
If you haven't heard by now of what I call Mattress Gate or Tunnel Gate, there is a big scandal in New York City. Chaos broke out inside of a Jewish synagogue because of a massive tunnel that was discovered under this historic site in New York City. And when authorities tried to shut it down, sheer chaos ensued from these Jewish guys using it. Wild footage is circulating online showing a frenetic scene Monday at the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Brooklyn's Crown Heights, serving as the meeting location and place of worship for Orthodox Jews in that area. And it all has to do with this hidden tunnel. Long story short, this underground enclosure leading into this synagogue was stumbled upon last month by people who reported hearing weird noises under their homes. There are reports that a select group from this synagogue were using this tunnel to access a women's bathing area. This viral event literally took social media by storm, starting with this mattress. This mattress is so gross that this would not be on the list of mattresses we used to flip on growing up. Also, what stands out about this mattress is that it's a baby mattress. What were they doing in those tunnels? What were they doing on this mattress to cause this gross stain?
We are now joined by David Saltzman, who is a member of the now infamous synagogues in Brooklyn. We've all heard the news story about these tunnels that were discovered underneath this synagogue. And there's a lot of theories going around the internet about why these tunnels exist, a lot of conspiracy theories, wild accusations going on. So we brought David here as a member of the synagogue to set the record straight of any rumors going around why these tunnels exist.
Police make a wild discovery underneath a synagogue in Brooklyn.
An illegal tunnel found below the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights.
All right, Fox 5's Lisa Evers takes a look at how it was discovered.
9 men are facing charges this afternoon after police say they dug a secret tunnel into the sanctuary of the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn.
The men described by police as extremist students are accused of digging the tunnel so that they would be able to have access to the sanctuary after hours. And when a cement truck was brought in to fill that tunnel, the men stood in the tunnel, refusing to leave.
And I want to be clear, there's been conflicting reporting on this story. When I was reading about it recently, there were claims that the tunnel was built specifically to skirt COVID orders that closed down religious buildings and that people wanted to continue worshiping. And so they needed a secret pathway or passageway into the synagogue. But I don't think that's really what's going on here. So why was the secret tunnel built in the first place? This is where it gets complicated.
I am not buying what some of these news articles are saying in terms of why this tunnel was built. One of the supposed reasons given is that these guys were concerned about COVID, and so they decided to take it upon themselves to build an extension to this synagogue, an underground tunnel to be exact. They were supposedly so concerned with their health that they built a filthy tunnel in New York City.
There was one more viral image going around, and this is the one everyone's been talking about. Is this, Dirk just pulled up on screen, stained mattress that was pulled out of the tunnel being carried by members of the synagogue. So there's a lot of crazy conspiracy theories. I don't want to go down any tasteless rabbit holes. But David, if you could explain, why was there a mattress in the tunnels and what is this stain? A lot of folks are wondering, is this stain feces?
No, it's not feces.
What is
it? It's blood, and basically
we
did rituals. I said that before. There were some rituals that we do in the tunnels, and sometimes the rituals might involve someone who recently died, and we'll bring him down there, and we're trying to do a ritual to bring back the Messiah, which is a Schneerson, if you heard about him on the news. So he died many years ago.
בזמן שישראל לאחרונה נמצאות מתקצו כמה עניינים. מה שרואה עוד, וגם מטו שעדיין משאיר ליבו. אז הייתה מה שהוא ומה ידיעתו. הכנראה שהיא מספיק, כאילו שהיום כבר כמה שעות בגלל עדיין ליבו. אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אז יש להשתדל גם היום, בבשורות טובות. שמחה וטוב לבוא. כדי שחסידים מקפידים שכל עניינים יהיו שמחה. בשורות טובות, הצלחה רבה.
In New York City, 20,000 Hasidic Jews still keep traditions which have remained unaltered for centuries. They are called the Lubavitch Chabad. The Lubavitch believe that they have the answer to the question, what is a Jew? Or more precisely, what does God expect of a Jew? God expects that a Jew should be someone who sticks rigidly to orthodox practices and to a fundamentalist reading of the Jewish Bible, the Torah. Crown Heights, Brooklyn is the headquarters of a movement which has set up communities in 28 countries. The influence of the Lubavitch is felt worldwide, but most notably in Israel, where Orthodox religious parties would like to achieve a purely religious state. Hasidism began in Eastern Europe in the 18th century and was argued over even then. It attracted thousands to its emotional, mystical worship, but existing orthodoxy opposed it. Hasidic life centers on a charismatic leader known as the Rebbe. The Lubavitch Rebbe is Menachem Mendel Schneerson. He's the seventh in a dynasty which stretches back 200 years. He is revered by his followers as father, guru, king, miracle worker, perhaps even Messiah.
This action makes clear that Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits the federal funding of universities and other institutions that engage in discrimination, applies to institutions that traffic in anti-Semitic hate. So this is a very powerful document that we're signing today, and it's been a very big story over the last number of days when they heard. As you know, they had almost universal support in Congress, and yet they didn't get it done. And this has gone on for years and years. They've almost had universal support, but there was always a roadblock. But this year there's no roadblock because I'm doing it myself. It's much easier. And we have support from many in Congress. This is our message to universities. If you want to accept the tremendous amount of federal dollars that you get every year, you must reject anti-Semitism. It's very simple. My administration will never tolerate the suppression, persecution, or silencing of the Jewish people. We have also taken a firm stand against the so-called divestment and sanctions movement, or BDS. You know that very well. And I have to tell you, Jared Kushner and Ivanka, they've been talking to me about this for 3 years now, maybe longer than that. But I go back about 3 years where it's something that I could do about it. You know, in this position, we can do things about it. Before that, not quite as much. I'd be just like you. successful, doing nicely, but not for this. But they've been talking from the beginning of the administration. They've been bringing this up. And we forcefully condemn this anti-Semitic campaign against the state of Israel and its citizens. You just like me because my daughter happens to be Jewish, right? She has a great husband, Jared, and I'll tell you what, Ivanka could not be happier, and she's very proud. The only bad news, I can't get her on Saturday. I call and call. I can't speak to my daughter anymore on Saturday, but that's okay. Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful. I want to thank my Jewish daughter. I have a Jewish daughter. This wasn't in the plan, but I'm very glad it happened. Yes.
According to the source, Trump was pushed by his daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner to join the faith. At first, Trump resisted, stating it would threaten his base of evangelical Christian voters. However, he had a change of heart and officially converted in early 2017.
Should we do that on camera?
Absolutely. Sure.
So to let you know, this is the birth certificate of Donald Trump's grandfather, born in 1869, close to Bad Dürkheim.
Right?
Yeah.
That's called
and
Syrian.
his Christian name was Friedrich.
Right? That's serious German.
Serious German.
That's serious. Bad Dürkheim is serious German. But I want to thank you very much for, first of all, I want to thank you for that. That's beautiful. Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you again.
Fantastic. We'll put it up in a place of honor.
Yeah.
Maybe we can, let's see, to put it up there someplace. It's an honor to have you. As you know, the Chancellor just won a great election, very, very strong election. Very respected man. I can tell you, we've been on the phone many times talking about some of the problems of the world outside of Germany. And it's very sad what's going on. We both feel that way. What's going on with Russia, Ukraine, and other things we talk about, but Russia, Ukraine in particular. I'd like to see it end, and maybe it'll end, but we get some news, there'll be some fighting. Something happened a couple of days ago, and now they do a return, and here it goes. It's not good. He's unhappy about it, I'm unhappy about it, but I think eventually we're going to be successful in stopping the bloodshed. It's pure bloodshed. 5,000-6,000 young soldiers a week are being killed. You know that those numbers.
Yeah, we know the numbers.
They're staggering. They're staggering numbers. But Chancellor, I just want to congratulate you, and I want to welcome you to the Oval Office.
Thank you.
It's an Oval Office that's in very good shape. We like fixing things up and having them tippy-top like they have in Germany. They do that in Germany very much, and we do it here. We're having a very good run. I also had a great election, great win, won everything. Won the popular vote, all 7 swing states, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's pretty unusual to do that. And we have a great mandate from the people, and part of our mandate is we're going to have a great relationship with your country.
And sometimes the rituals might involve someone who recently died, and we'll bring him down there. And we're trying to do a ritual to bring back the Messiah, which is a Schneerson, if you heard about him on the news. So he died many years ago, but we have rituals that we believe we can bring him back. And so...
so how do these rituals
work? Was that
work?
the main guy who was sort of instructing on the tunnels?
Well, that was a long time. He's like the head. He's the head rabbi, and he's the guy that we look for direction.
Right, and the news was saying that he is potentially not passed on.
Right, that's right. So we don't know that, so we try to do rituals to try
To bring him back.
Correct, exactly.
So how do these, can you explain the rituals and why does it involve a mattress?
I don't want to go into the details of the rituals, but basically we don't put the body on the floor, we put the body on
Right.
the mattress, and sometimes we might make an incision somewhere on the body, and a little bit of blood will come out. But I don't want to go into the details.
Yeah,
of
that's fair.
Well, you mentioned when we talked on the phone that you brought a book with you.
Yes.
Is this...
Yes, this is a type of book I bought, and this is a type of book that describes different types of rituals and things of that nature.
So how does that, like, can you explain the book?
Well, it's too detailed to go through the book. You know, it's a detailed book, but I suggest if you have a chance and you want to get the book, you can read it.
The Book of Living and Dying.
Yes, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying.
So where did you guys learn? You guys use this for the rituals?
Yeah,
Is this an ancient Judaism thing?
No,
or?
we use some different books, and this is one of the books.
So how did you, like, learn of this, though?
Again, through other members.
Okay. And you don't want to get into the ritual at all? Like, so you're laying someone, who are these bodies that you're putting on the mattress?
These are basically members of the synagogue who recently passed away.
Oh. So they're dead.
Right, they're already dead.
Oh.
You missed that part, Tony?
I didn't know if there were people sacrificing their lives or
No,
something.
they're not sacrificing their lives. They died of natural causes or whatever.
Oh.
And before you bury them in a cemetery, you basically bring them down.
Into the tunnel?
For a ritual. That's it. It's more like it's not something spoken about, okay? But you can understand, just like other religions or something, when someone dies, they might keep the body in a house.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, same idea. So it would be no different than some other religion keeping a dead body in a house for a couple of days. They all have different rituals.
Well, yeah. So the incision you mentioned, can you describe what's the purpose of that?
Well, like I just said before, it's just a ritual, and the incision is just part of the ritual, and hoping to bring back the Messiah. You see, here's I brought some notes, and if you want to really go through it, so that's the book we use. That's the book to bring people from the afterlife. Okay, so if you believe in that, I don't know if you believe in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, so if you believe in the afterlife, then fine. Then you believe that many years ago in Egypt there was a method to bring people back from the afterlife, and we're using that type of method. Okay, and the thing is, like, what do you call the ritual itself? Okay, is basically what we believe in is to bring that individual back. And we might read some verses from the book. You know, I'm speaking to you in general.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not given to you exactly. But those are some of the notes I have. You know, we said every person that dies in a ritual, we try to bring him back, the Messiah. Okay. We know the body is soulless. We know it's, and so you
once they die, yeah.
Right.
Do you shroud the body?
Do we shroud the body, like cover them up?
Yeah.
We'll cover them up, bringing it yes, but won't be covered up entirely.
Fully.
Correct. Exactly. So that's it. So the blood, like I said, see in my notes here, so the blood's from the incision made in a mattress, and we hope that the Messiah spirit will come into that. That's what we hope for. Okay, we believe, like you said, you even brought it up, and you know that Shneerson was the Messiah. We believe in him. He died many years ago, but you said he might be alive, which is possible. And if he's dead, we try to bring him back. If he's alive, let it be.
So Dirk pulled up here on screen a wiki article kind of explaining how a sect of Judaism, of the synagogue you go to, they actually believe Schneerson did not die, quote. So is it possible?
Right, some believe that. Here's the whole thing. Remember, within the synagogue, within the members, not everyone has the same exact belief.
Right.
Okay, so there is different levels of Judaism, and there are different levels of Christianity, and there are different levels of everything. So not everyone is considered like when you say Jewish. There were some very religious Jews and some moderate Jews, so forth, and so not everyone has the same exact belief. Some believe that he's dead. Some believe he's alive.
Right.
So you're trying to bring him back with this ritual. Some believe he is back. Does that mean the ritual worked?
For those that believe that he came back, then it worked for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those that didn't believe, it didn't work for them.
Well, that's pretty amazing then. So you guys might have brought back the Messiah on Earth. He's living, the Messiah?
Anything is a possibility.
Seeing this baby mattress reminded me of a major child abuse scandal that rocked this community years ago. Take a look at these clips and make a note of each reference from their oral law called the Talmud.
He was sexually abused by a trusted teacher and then was shunned by his community as he tried to get justice.
And Janine, the teen you're about to meet is the first sex abuse victim from New Square to ever seek justice from the courts.
He told me that he has the ability to read the palm of my hands.
Yossi's life coach started to read other parts of his body. That ritualistic abuse, Yossi says, dragged on 3 times a week for 4 agonizing months, each time Taubenfeld ordering him to stay silent.
Digging deeper tonight, new concerns about an alleged epidemic of sex abuse being covered up in New York's ultra-Orthodox Hasidic Jewish community.
A New York rabbi arrested in Beverly Hills, accused of molesting children in Brooklyn.
Menachem Tewel, who also goes by the name Mendel Tevel, is a rabbi. During the last year, he's worked here at this Jewish center, JEM, in Beverly Hills, doing outreach work with children and teenagers. And Tuesday, he was arrested here on a warrant from New York, accusing him of 2 counts of criminal sexual acts and 1 count of sexual abuse.
I was 7 times a victim of molestation, 7 separate molesters.
In a unanimous decision, New York City's Department of Health agreed parents must first give their written consent before allowing Moyles to perform a controversial part of the Jewish circumcision ritual.
We have clearly identified that one specific procedure that's performed as part of some circumcisions, what we're calling direct oral suction, can be transmitting infections to infants.
The new regulations, the first in the country, come after health officials identified 11 babies who contracted herpes from the oral part of the circumcision. 2 of them died. The Centers for Disease Control has stated the procedure is not safe.
Not only is it a safe method, it's the safest method.
Rabbi William Handler calls this a direct attack on the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community and its customs, and says government is overstepping its bounds. Cantor Philip Sherman says he's performed more than 20,000 circumcisions, 6 just today. He says this is not about Jewish tradition, but rather everyone's well-being.
Now, today, we know that germs can be transferred, diseases can be transferred from the baby to the moil, from the moil to the baby. So therefore, you can continue this custom by using a sterile tube, a gauze pad, and the rest of the bris is fine.
Health officials say it is going to be very difficult to enforce these regulations. They say that's because they really can't monitor moils as they perform circumcisions. They say it is first going to take a complaint from someone before they can take any action.
For centuries, when a Jewish baby boy is born, the ancient ritual of circumcision is performed. But in some ultra-Orthodox communities, religious leaders, known as moyles, also engage in something controversial during the bris. In a practice known as Metzitze Bepeh, or just MBP, the moil actually uses his mouth to suck the blood from the infant's penis after he cuts off the foreskin. Meant to prevent infection and serve as a celebration of life, News 12 has learned the little-known practice has turned into a curse for life for some babies involved in our area. And it's all because of a local rabbi who's alleged to have a sexually transmitted disease.
The rabbis are going to take care of it. They won't let him get away with it.
According to these documents we obtained from the State Health Department, Rabbi Yitzhak Fisher of Muncie has been tied to at least 3 herpes infections in babies, one of whom died back in 2004. Shortly after the tragic death, Rabbi Fisher was forbidden from practicing NBP in New York. But despite this state-issued ban, one concerned mother tells us the infected moil is still placing innocent lives at risk.
What activities did they plan on carrying out in this secret tunnel? What secret rituals were performed in this tunnel? I want you to watch and listen to this clip from an episode titled Mexican Cult Murders, broadcasted May 1st, 1989 on The Oprah Winfrey Show.
As a child, my next guest was used also in worshiping the devil, participated in human sacrifice rituals and cannibalism. She says her family has been involved in rituals for generations. She is currently in extensive therapy, suffers from multiple personality disorder, meaning she's blocked out many of the terrifying and painful memories of her childhood. Meet Rachel, who is also in disguise to protect her identity. My next guest treats ritually abused children in her therapist practice. She feels that the problem is much more widespread than any of us can imagine, says there's no doubt in her mind that the children and adults that she treats are telling the truth. Tina Grossman, we're glad to have all of you join us here on the show. You come from generations of ritualistic abuse?
Yes, my family has an extensive family tree, and they keep track of who's been involved and who hasn't been involved. And it's gone back to like 1700.
And so you were ritually abused.
I was born into a family that believes in this.
And this is, does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? And so who knows about it? Lots of people now.
I talked to a police detective in the Chicago area, and several of my friends know, and I've spoke publicly before. And
so when you were brought up in this kind of evilness, did you just think it was normal?
I blocked out a lot of the memories I had because of my multiple personality disorder. But yes, I mean, it's like if you grow up with something, you think it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought.
So what kinds of things? You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to, you know.
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not, or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back.
Now, you were telling us earlier that this was that the practice with the Kilroy death was a religion called
Palamayombe, which not all people who practice Palamayombe obviously sacrifice. I think what we're looking at is a worship of evil here.
Right.
Taking normal or standard religions and perverting them to the worship of evil.
Right. And I just want to emphasize that you don't have to be Caribbean to do it.
No.
Yes.
The other thing I want to point out, not all Jewish people sacrifice babies. I mean, that's not a very typical thing. I just want to point that out.
This is the first time I heard of any Jewish people sacrificing babies.
So everyone, I live in Brooklyn about 30 years. I'm a member of the Rabbi Synagogue, which is in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. I've been a member there for 20 years. And I just wanted to come on a show to basically set the record straight. There's a lot of rumors. The tunnels, they existed. One of the reasons they exist is because it's more like a spy system. What I mean by spy system is if we dig the tunnels deep enough and going underneath many different buildings, then when we go into tunnels, we're able to basically listen more carefully to what neighbors are saying. And as we can listen, we're actually doing the city of New York a favor by having these tunnels, because as we can listen for criminal activities that could be going on, and so any type of wrong activities, and we can let the city know if we hear something that is dangerous. We can let the NYPD know, and they can do what they have to do afterwards.
Yeah, like if there are any terrorists around, you listen for them to make sure. Yeah,
right. So you're actually keeping our city safe.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
So, in these spy tunnels, what kind of buildings are you listening to?
So we're basically listening to the neighbors' buildings, because these tunnels go out to the different neighbors, and there's a whole bunch of buildings nearby, and we're just listening to what neighbors are saying, and the tunnels give us good access and good hearing, and we can hear everything neighbors are saying. They don't realize it, so they're speaking freely.
Yeah, no, that's smart. And so it sounds like David and the crew are actually helping you out. You walk the streets. You're a lady of the night.
Yeah.
No. So that's actually nice. You're much safer now, I guess, thanks to these tunnels. And David, you could have saved your life. We don't even know it yet.
That's right.
Reasons or
another reason is it's called GCT. Do you know what that is?
GCT?
Yeah.
No.
It's called Goy Conversion Therapy.
It's what?
Goy Conversion Therapy.
Goy Conversion Therapy? What is that?
So that's basically in the tunnels when we basically speak verses from the Torah and different biblical verses. The sound resonates through the grates. It goes through the tunnel, through the grates, and up into the ground. And there are people walking. Now, when people hear these things, to them, they don't see. They just hear, and it's more like subliminal. They're walking and are listening to messages. These messages, you can call it subliminal advertising, and it's basically multiple reasons. One, it tries to convert non-religious Jews to be more religious. Try to convert non-Jews to convert maybe to Judaism, or to make them think that we, the Jews, are the chosen people.
Yeah. Well, that is an important message we want to get out to our audience, that the Jews are the chosen people. So the way this works, I mean, this is interesting to me. You said it's GCT, Goy conversion therapy.
Yes.
So you're speaking through the sewers, you said subliminally?
Yeah, well, as we read, the messages go through the grates, and they go into the air, and anybody walking by will hear these sounds, but they don't see anything. They're only listening to them.
Yeah. So it's kind of going to their subconscious, you said?
Right, subliminal, going through their subconscious.
So this is intentional, or do you guys ever, like, how did you guys come to create this method?
A few members got together and discussed it and decided that there would be one way of getting messages across without having to actually have someone stand in front of you. The tunnels exist still. So what you might have heard on the news is that they filled it, but they didn't fill all the tunnels. They probably just filled certain pieces of the tunnel, because the tunnels are extensive. It's an extensive system.
Really?
So they might have just filled pieces of it.
Yeah. Okay.
How extensive are they?
They run through, I would say, not just on our street, but they run across the street, underneath the street, and they run into other streets. And so I wouldn't say they're not miles long, but they run in different directions and a few hundred feet long.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty amazing. It sounds like they're bigger than we initially thought. Initial reports were kind of like that it was only like 60 feet or so, but it sounds like
Yeah,
it's
the news said 60 feet long by 8 wide by 5 tall.
So it sounds like maybe the cops that broke in didn't even see the whole depth of how deep it really goes.
Right, they probably didn't. They didn't see the entire depth, and the same thing with the news. They don't see everything. It's just sometimes the news people aren't even in the tunnel. They're taking information from someone else, from a third party. So that's why you can't always believe in the news and what you're reading, because it's not always accurate. You'll find tunnels in upstate New York. You'll find tunnels in Florida, in Boca Raton, Florida. You'll find some tunnels in Miami. So you'll find tunnels in a number of different areas throughout the U.S.
So this isn't even like an anomaly in New York. You guys are doing this everywhere you guys go.
Yeah, you'll find them in different Jewish communities throughout the U.S.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's something interesting. I think it's interesting.
I mean, do these tunnels connect in between cities, or is that something you really can't?
No, they're just really independent.
Oh, okay.
They're independent. They don't connect from city to city.
And what is the community like now after all of this has broken loose and all the media? How are you able to now go in and do your worship or whatever it is you need to do there with all of this disruption?
I mean, right now it's disruptive, so it's a little bit hard. But as soon as things calm down and it's out of the news, it'll be back to normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it must have disrupted kind of your flow with the tunnels, all this drama.
Yeah, all those police officers.
For now it did.
That was scary.
But like anything, like the news. Things are in the news for a couple of days, and then after that you don't hear from it.
Yeah.
Dirk, so we actually have a video of footage taken from one of the police officers, as we just mentioned, who went into the tunnels. So Dirk's pulling up on screen here. So this is actually footage taken from one of the police officers that recently broke into the synagogue tunnel system. And let's see, and David could show us around, I guess.
Well, okay, so let me hear you, what you're looking at.
Yeah, pause it a second.
Okay.
Dirk, you want to, yeah, so what was...
I mean, if you go through, if you see the video itself, you can see, I mean, right here you have just a room you can keep storage, you can keep there's food in a box if you see. Maybe that's something of what we ate down there and we left the food there. So you can see when going down there to eat something, and then when we're done, we'll just leave it in a box. So you get the general idea.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right.
Papers and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of cool, actually. So let's continue playing here. So now walking through. Yeah, if you see anything you want us to stop on that's notable.
Right, so that's it. So then he's going down deeper underground. Okay, and you'll find different spots. You'll see different...
Pause it here, actually. That's...
Right, so I mean, what you can see here is you can see like, it looks like further down, like digging, like he was going to... I mean, not saying we did, but thinking of possibly putting some type of pool or something down there, some water down there, and you can see it gets deeper. Okay, but it was filled in for some reason, so we didn't go through that.
Yeah, a pool would have been fun. Like a nighttime pool. I mean, every time I went into a pool at night, it was always the best. So like a pool in a tunnel would actually be really kind of atmospheric and romantic kind of.
It's a cool vibe.
And is that the word that you would... Do you use the word tunnel? Is there a special name for it?
Well, I mean that's what the media uses, but
Oh, you have your own.
Right, we have our own. But I mean, other than that, that's what I mean, from definition of what that's what a tunnel would look like.
Right.
An underground system.
Yeah, but is this more of like a sacred, holy spot for you guys?
Right.
Or?
So that's more to that. Right. Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's not really just like a tunnel to you guys. This is like a holy spot.
Right. Correct. It's more for us, more holy, but people wouldn't understand it. That most people understand the word tunnel.
True.
They would understand that. Like you would understand tunnel. You wouldn't understand if I went through details. It'd go beyond what you know. So it's easy just to say tunnels.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Let's keep playing through this. Let's see if there's anything else notable here. Looks like they have like clothes on a... Pause it here.
So you see clothes put down there. I mean, it depends on what's going on and what the situation is. Maybe changing of clothes for certain rituals and so forth, and you're just leaving the clothes there.
Are there bathrooms down there?
Well, if you look before, if you look before the video started, there was some bathrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I actually did see stalls, bathroom stalls. All right, let's keep playing through.
And so is the tunnel area just as sacred as what upstairs is?
Well, there's parts of the tunnel area that are sacred for rituals and so forth, yes.
Interesting. All right, let's continue through. Let's pause it here. All right, yeah. Like what's actually it's a little blurry.
I can't really see myself what
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Right. I mean, if you're looking, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like a baby chair or something.
Yeah.
Over there. So I mean, like I said before, sometimes we'll bring children down
Uh-huh.
if they're crying and you know, we don't want the child to interrupt the services, so we bring them down there.
Mm-hmm. So where would you guys kind of eat? You mentioned like a spa too. Where would that usually take place? Is that in this video or no?
I mean, it's definitely, I mean, you could eat wherever you want to eat. It's not that it's a certain particular area, but if wherever you feel like congregating and eating, you can.
Is it for men and women?
Mainly the men are separate.
The men are all in the tunnels. There's no women down there.
All right, let's continue here. Looks like office chairs. I guess you guys do business under here.
Right, so you can see just by looking at the videos, there's different things. You know, and this is over years, so understand these are things that are left there for over years.
And what is it? Pause it here. What is this?
Well, if you can see that, it looks like further down. So if you want to go further down into the tunnel system, it can go further down.
So that's kind of where you guys would do the spy system you mentioned, where you would spy on kind of local apartments and businesses.
Go through there and go down, and then we had a ladder, that rope ladder, go down and go through that. So it's hard to see. The video doesn't portray it.
Yeah, he doesn't really continue further beyond this point. That's cool. So that's where you would spy and do the GCT too.
Correct, exactly, that we mentioned before.
Very
Avoid
cool.
conversions there.
And was there a specific, right, because this all happened because somebody heard, like, the reason the police showed up is because somebody called and had a complaint.
Right, that's all.
But was there something specific going on that might have caused more? Was there an event going on? Was there something?
See, that guy knows.
Yeah.
His name is Caleb Finkelstein.
Well, we're gonna pull this up actually in a second.
Right, so I know that guy.
Were you guys doing something out of the ordinary than you would normally do? No.
Yeah. All right, that's true. Oh yeah, because that baby chair in this image is really what's been going around, and people are speculating why that was there. So you.
Like I said, sometimes we bring a baby down to crying, we put him in a chair,
Yeah.
he stops crying, that's one reason, you know, or sometimes just to watch the baby, whatever, someone gives us, said, can you watch this baby for a half hour? Okay, fine.
So that's kind of actually the sweet thing you guys are doing.
That's fine, yeah.
And we've all been there. I've been into funerals and weddings and stuff where there's a crying baby. Everyone can relate. That is incredibly annoying.
Yes, it is correct.
So if I could bring a baby into a tunnel at any moment, I would. That's so, I mean, everything you're clearing up here are things I agree with, and I think everyone can relate to and agree with as well.
Yes.
So
all establishments should have tunnels. Like restaurants should have tunnels.
Yeah.
But they do.
Funeral.
Not everyone.
But like what, Jewish
okay,
tunnels? There are Long Island Jew tunnels that we don't even know about. These are in Brooklyn, and there is a big population of Judaism in Long Island as well.
I'm sure there are a lot of tunnels that people don't know about. You know, a lot of different type of tunnels.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was Abraham, born in the city of a black man called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.